Our devotion today is from Proverbs chapter 11. Before we look at it, I want to remind you today to be in prayer for Johnny Arbogast. So yesterday, Pastor Mike looked at Proverbs 10, and he talked about wisdom in our speech, how we speak to one another, lifting each other up and encouraging one another. Today, we're going to talk about wisdom in generosity. You know, as Pastor Mike said, at this point, there are so many lessons that go throughout these chapters. And in this chapter in particular, there is a lot about finances, about not valuing money over righteousness because money's going to pass away. There are a few particular verses here, though, that talk about generosity. And we know as followers of Christ, we're supposed to be generous people, right? Jesus taught us that where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. And our treasure is supposed to be with Him in heaven, not on the things of this earth that we know we're going to pass away. We're supposed to share freely with those who ask and those who are in need, and we're supposed to give to those who are suffering. When we do that, we know we're sharing the love of Christ. It's a testimony, right, about who He is and about His love, not about our goodness. But it says here in Proverbs that there is wisdom in generosity. And so I want to start at verse 24 where he says, "One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and the one who waters will himself be watered." It's an interesting proverb there, and it speaks something true to us about God and His faithfulness and His willingness to bless us. You see, from a worldly perspective, holding on to our wealth and holding on to our own money and what we've earned for ourselves and maybe neglecting those that we see in need because it's not us, to be perfectly honest, taking care of number one, that from a worldly perspective seems wise. I mean, why not? You got to take care of yourself first. This view it's not a worldly view. It's a view that takes into account that we have a Father who loves us and everything is in His hands. We don't have to worry about wanting when we have a Father who can take care of our every need. Instead, He says when we are willing to give liberally, when we're willing to take care of others, we're going to, kind of contrary to what you might think, we're going to be blessed ourselves. God is going to take care of us. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. From a worldly perspective, it doesn't make sense. Another withholds what he should give and only gives and only suffers want. Even if we can hold on to what we have until the very end, we know that it's going to disappear. Whoever brings a blessing will be enriched. The one who waters will himself be watered. I want to encourage us to think about that simple fact today, that God, as being followers of Christ, we know we ought to be givers. We ought to give generously. But at the same time, there's wisdom in it, knowing that God will bless those who bless other people. It doesn't mean that's the reason why we do it. We're not trying just to earn what God might give to us. But there's wisdom in trusting in God and knowing that He's going to take care of us. I think that is a simple message for us today to think about. Where does God want us to use our resources to bless other people? Who's in need that is in our sphere of influence? Someone we can reach out to, someone we have the opportunity to bless today, and do it trusting in God, knowing that He's able to take care of every single need we have and bless us beyond what we can imagine, and protect ourselves from that worldly viewpoint of, well, I need to take care of number one first. No, I don't have to take care of number one because God is going to take care of me. I need to be obedient to what He's calling me to do. Thankful for this passage today. If God spoke something to you out of the many lessons in this chapter, share it with us on Facebook and on YouTube. Remember to bless each other and minister to one another. And God bless you guys, and thank you for taking time to listen.